What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Why We Love Horror Letterboxd Challenge Along. That's the name of the show. I don't give a shit how hard it is to say. It's the name of the show, and you're watching it. I'm JWMaher, and that's Abby Brooks closest to me, and Aaron Brooks furthest away from me. Chico's there somewhere, too, I'm sure. How you guys doing today?
We're doing good today.
Yeah, no, we're doing good. And I think this is called the Why We Love Horror Watchalong or Letterboxd Challenge Watchalong show. But, you can make it a weird.
That's the name of the show, then. That's what
just because that's what it is. Each week, for those who are new or catching up, we decided to start going week by week on our list in a separate show as opposed to putting out the end of a random video where you can't really find it. So, makes more sense.
Because you demanded it.
That's right.
That's right.
Sure. This week, we're in the second week of Abby's prompts, and we're just doing the classics. Like, it has to be before 1930. So that chunk of movies, but there's a lot of great movies in there. And like, I'm not, I would say, just given the three movies we're doing today, I should go first. I think I have the shittiest one, so I'm gonna go first. Not that it's shitty.
That's not a bad thing for this week, but yeah. Go ahead.
I did a movie that's been remade like at least 5 times after it on television and other movies. The Fall of the House of Usher, based on the Edgar Allan Poe story. This is the French one, and I think a lot of obviously in the 1920s, there still kind of was those remnants in French cinema, I guess, of like all the old like Meliere stuff that they were doing, like where like it's blurry and they're doing double exposure and there's shots of nature interspliced into it, and like the camera's really close to people's faces. So it's like they're doing a lot. I think kids today would say they're doing too much in the Fall of the House of Usher, but yeah, I think they do the story justice. It's just like it's a fine movie. There's definitely better stuff in the 20s, though. I can see why this is popular. I can see why it's been remade. I think people saw this and the earlier versions, and they kept thinking they can do it better. And I think Mike Flanagan probably came along and probably just did it better than anybody's going to do it. So we're done with the Fall of the House of Usher. But this is where it started, after print. Anybody have any comments on the Fall of the House of Usher?
I've seen the Corman one. I like that one.
Right.
That was a good one.
Yeah, I've only ever seen the Mike Flanagan TV show, which is great. So I can imagine that this was a good idea that just got taken and ran with by a lot of really good directors.
I think between you guys, it's a toss-up of which one of these two movies I like better. So I'm going to make a game time decision. I think, Abby, you can go next. I think I like Aaron's movie a little bit more. But your movie's awesome. Go ahead.
So I watched The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. I had heard about this movie. I didn't really know what it was about, but I had heard about it, and like a lot of people really love it. And I do see why people really enjoy this movie. I could see how influential it is to a lot of movies to come. I think especially if you're into a lot of like the technical aspects of film itself, the editing, there's a lot of cool editing things that this director does. There's also, so obviously the movie is in black and white, but there's like these color things that the director does too. Like sometimes it's in like a sepia like tone, and then sometimes it's like bluish. I think it's to determine time of day. I thought that was really cool. And then there's a lot of really cool backdrops as well. I think that's one of the things that people really talk about a lot as well. They're like hand-drawn backdrops, and it's just a really unique look to the movie. And I think the story itself, it's a little bit, at least for me, it's a little hard to get into with a silent movie. But I think by the end, especially with where they go with it and what they do with the characters, I think is really cool and really influential.
Yeah, I'll just jump in. Like, I think the best thing about Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, because it's 1920, the production design is just like berserk. It's like the detail and just like the experimental production design sets this movie apart from like anything else being made at the time and since, probably. There's very few movies that like are this visually shocking and unique.
Yeah, no, exactly. I love this movie. This and my movie are very, very close, but the fact that this movie was made in 1920 just doesn't make sense at all. And it is like one of the trippiest movies ever still. So like it's a great one.
And we'll end on your movie, Aaron, which I think is the best of the three by far. Well, not by, I'm saying by far, but Caligari's awesome. The Faust,
Caligari's good. This is great. Faust, just a movie that, I loved it. I think it's, maybe it's not, but I feel like it's the most beautiful of the 20s horror movies I've seen. Honestly, like there's some just like amazing shots in this movie, like when Mephisto is like a giant devil, like over the cave, like over like the mountains, and that shot, which went on to be in like Fantasia, and like for that segment of Fantasia with like the giant like demon statue thing and that, and just like with this movie, like I really loved everything about it. I felt that the story, like it was almost a 2-hour movie, and I just think it was a breeze to get by. I personally don't really mind like silent movies. Kind of, if they're good, they get me in quickly, and the time like goes really quick for me, because like I do sometimes have trouble paying attention. So with these, like you have no choice. It's the same reason I think sometimes with like foreign language, where it's like I have no choice. I have to read and understand what's happening, or else I'm just going to be looking at people speaking a language I cannot understand. And with a silent movie, obviously, there's no language, so you have to pay attention. I think that this is just a really great movie. Like I've seen a lot of versions of this movie before I saw it too, which was weird to kind of see the original. It's always interesting, but this, and then I saw Phantom of the Opera a little while ago. That like two of like the like kind of cornerstones of like early horror, I feel like, and for good reason. Like movies that are surviving to now, I feel like from this era are all very good, or at least decent. So it's like always a fun kind of era to look into. So I feel like this was a really good prompt by Abby to watch some movies that she's wanted to watch and not had a reason to.
Yeah, Faust is incredible. Like if you haven't seen it, go see it. It's like it's one of the highest rated horror movies on Letterboxd for a reason. It's like it's like somebody traveled back in time and made it, is what I feel. Because like that's how like revolutionary this movie is. Abby, have you seen it?
No, I haven't, but I'm very intrigued now because both of you have been raving about it, so I'm very curious.
Like the only movie I think of the time that probably rivals it in like visual effects is maybe The Phantom Carriage. It has the same style of visual effects. Like they pull off a lot in that movie too. But Faust is just a better movie altogether, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Those were our 3 movies for this week. So next week we're still on Abby's third prompt, which is just like a movie where people get attacked by animals. So there's a lot of those. I forget what I'm watching. I think I'm watching Road, so I can watch more Australian horror. You guys know what you're watching?
I do, and you can edit this out in a second. I should have all of this right next week. Let's see.
I have not decided.
Yeah, you never do.
That's fine.
Team me back up for that.
What's that?
Team me back up, or should I just?
Oh yeah, I'll just do it. Okay, so yeah, next week I'm watching. It's Animal Attacks next week, and I'm watching Rogue because I'm going to catch up on my Australian horror stuff. Aaron?
I'm knocking off one of the final Bong Joon-ho movies on my list with The Host.
Wow, you know what? That is technically an animal attacking, so I will accept.
It might not be a real animal, but it's an animal.
It's an animal that is, spoiler alert, modified by our own ignorance. All right.
Imagine that.
That being said, if you made this far in the video, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Go to the Facebook group at Why We Love Horror. And by the way, the Letterboxd challenge we're talking about, it's there. It's at that website. So pause and copy it. Schedule here. Monday is Versus. It's a show. It takes up like 20 minutes every week. It's cool. You can try it. I mean, try it. Try it out. Tuesday, Liv doesn't need any help on Why Liv Loves Horror. Like she could just like fart into the camera and it would get 1,000 views. So that's fine. Wednesday is Aaron's show. Aaron Unwinds. Thursday, you're watching
the camera.
The Why We Love Horror Letterboxd Challenge Watchalong is what we're going to call this show. And then Friday, Why We Love Horror Trivia. Horror Jeopardy's coming back, and there's a teams match this week. So until next time, I'm JWMaher. That's Abby Brooks. That's Aaron Brooks. We'll see you on the Why We Love Horror Letterboxd Challenge Watchalong.